Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are talking about Cinestill Monobath. So let's just jump straight into it. So overall, I am a fan of Cinestill Monobath. I think it has been phenomenal for me personally. Without this, I don't think I would be developing film at home or having any of the experiences to progress my film photography as I have with being able to see the negatives, develop the negatives, and actually have that tangible experience from start to finish of my process. I prefer the liquid chemical over the powder chemical. I've used the powder chemicals for the color process, and just because of ventilation and other possibilities of issues with that, I prefer using the liquid chemicals. So that is what I have when I am shooting with the Monobath. It's a very easy process, very user friendly, and a great way to get into film photography and developing your own film. Along with the Monobath itself, you'll need a few things, starting with developing tank and a reel to put the film on, a thermometer that I use, and a funnel just for easily dumping out the tank and chemical from there without any issues. At this point, the process is pretty simple. The instructions come with the chemical itself, or you can easily find it on their website. It's very convenient for really easy reference. Personally, my process is I put the chemical in some hot water in my sink and put the thermometer in there to get to the temperature. And while that is happening, what I do then is go load my film onto the reel and put it in the developing tank. So that way when the Monobath hits the correct temperature, I'm ready to rock and roll and I can get going with it. At that point, once you hit the right temperature and your film is in the tank, it's pretty straightforward. You follow the time frames suggested for the film. If you're pushing the film, pulling the film, depending on what you're doing for your different agitation methods, it all plays a factor, and it's all out there for you to see and decide before you get started. You rinse the film at the end and you're good to go. It's a really simple process, very user-friendly, and I highly recommend it. Now that it's developed, let's take a look at some of the photos from that roll. The first one that we have is going to be of a corner. Shout out Jason Hunter for inspiring me to take some of these photos and look at the ordinary and see it in an awesome way. While this has been a great experience in a chemical for me, I have had some issues personally, and I know other people who have struggled with this as well, and it could 100% be a me problem. I'm not sure. It hasn't stopped me from using it, but sometimes when I do use this chemical, I find that my grain pattern gets a little bit crazy and wonky at times. You can see it in the photo of my daughter here, or the one of the dog from a different roll. Both different settings, different lights, different film stocks, but similar, if not identical, issues with the grain pattern. If I was shooting client work and doing things that weren't just personal, I would probably rely on something that I have a lot more control over than just with the Monobath. But as somebody who's just getting started into film and enjoying the process from start to finish, I honestly cannot recommend this enough. I think it is a phenomenal way to get started and gain confidence, which is really what it has done for me, not just on the developing side, but also shooting, because I get to see everything that I do and the differences it makes in my negatives and how it progresses me. And so honestly, if you're looking to get into developing at home or thinking about it, I highly recommend looking at Cinestill Monobath. It does a great job. It's affordable, and it's a really fun way to get control from start to finish of shooting your film, and kind of taking ownership of it. And so with that, we'll sign off and say until next time.